No idea, Walter, what you're talking about because you're the first comment I saw. Let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you're talking about now. I don't think he didn't say unreliable. He said it's not perfect, and when pushed, he said in terms of, X, Y, Z, something else. However, he can answer his own critics, I'm sure. So yeah, just have a try. I'm coming for a camera soon. I'm going to do a persecution vid. Even though he hasn't uploaded my one from last week. But never mind. Right, so here I am again. It's all very hi, Bill. Hi, Marianne. Scarlet Fox. Sorry, I don't have my reading specs on. I was thinking Scarfelt Fox. Pardon. Right, anyhow, so. Oh, sorry, lovey. Hi, Baron. Right, so I see Ali Dawa. His t-shirt. I don't know if you can catch it in the background. Ali's debating partner. This one. It says suffering from mental health. Not mental health problems. Just suffering from mental health. As in healthiness. That's just hilarious. And if so, talk to some Tawad. Yeah, that'll bring your mental health right down. But yeah, so here's the sign guy. I know someone was asking me about him the other week. Bonjour, Sunny Sleep. Ça va? Etc. Où est le syndicat d'initiative? Yep, that's it. Do you want unlimited calls with your creator with a capitalized W? That's on the back of Ali. Where is he? Yeah, with a random capitalization of letters because it's at the beginning of a line, not a sentence. Oui, je peux. Okay. No. Yeah, petit peu even. So that's how good. I'm better in German and Spanish. I'm learning Latin. Started Arabic. Language is my absolute, I can teach that. English, pretty decent. I know, it's classic. I want one of those jumpers. Afternoon, Biblical Unitarian Vision. So, guess who's at the park today? I don't know where he's disappeared to, but Ash is here, which is pretty good. He hasn't been here for more than a year. So yeah, I had a little brief chat with him. I speak, he messages me off, we message even since he hasn't been here. But and recently he kept telling me that he's going to come as soon as the weather's fine. And yeah, that was just whatever. But yeah, so he's here. Weirdly, he's not over refuting Nation of Islam, who are here again. It's pretty boring now, the regularity with which they want to condescend. But I don't know why they have so many people listening. Pardon?
Anything is fault.
Towards? Get it out of my face, woman. Towards what?
No, I'm just saying.
Islam?
Yeah.
No. Rashma, please. There's miracles and then there's just silliness. So, no. Have you?
No.
Exactly, there you go.
To your religion.
Yeah. Fight the unbeliever. Fight them until they, yeah, exactly. Until there's no more fitna.
Yeah.
I am the fitna, bruv. I am the fitna.
Okay, yeah. I care for the non-Muslims.
Sure, that's very Christian of you.
I want them to, see the light.
Her eyelashes are on camera, everybody.
No, it's not.
Well, you've got yours up my nose, to be fair. So you point at yourself and I point at myself and we can all just point at ourselves.
Okay, how are you doing this?
I'm all right. Except for now, I feel like you're... Which one? W bed? Ash? Yeah, no, I've chatted to him already, just briefly.
So,
I don't know where he is.
Come for a long time.
Yeah. You'd have to ask him. Yeah, I've been speaking to him the whole time, but he went away for a little while, his mum. But I'm just chatting his business on the live stream, so ask him, innit? He's all right. He's here somewhere.
So, how are you just walking around?
I just literally started, so they're all listening to me having a side combo.
Did you expose my face?
No, what face? What, the mask and the hijab, you mean?
This one, yeah.
Yeah, your eyelashes.
I don't want people to see my face.
Well, then don't walk up to someone. live streaming and put your camera right up her nostril. That's Roger, there's plenty of cameras everywhere. You're gonna be, your face ain't showing. That's the jokes. Think of Sharia, man. Your face ain't showing. Don't worry. Exactly. Hi, Martin. Yellow chickens. Oh. There. We should go on an Easter chick hunt. There's quite a few on the ground. Troops on the ground.
What are you doing?
I'm Kay, and I'm a Christian
Kay.
apologist. Just no introduction, no segue. Live streaming at the moment.
Oh, okay. Sorry to
and
interrupt you.
that's all right. And I polemicize Islam and godlessness, and I highlight Christian persecution globally.
Okay. Well,
And who are you, sir?
Oh, we're just a visitor.
Just a random American tourist.
Yeah, first time in London.
Excellent, welcome. Hope you don't find it too left wing.
No, I'm happy to be here.
Excellent.
See ya.
Brilliant. Take care. God bless. Random. Hi. Oh, I thought. Sorry, Tony, everybody. I thought of you because look at the big sign. Similarities between religions. I thought Tony's hiding behind that, waiting to jump out.
Good, I must have a chat with him. That'll be
Excellent.
good.
Yeah, I
Just
think
took
it's
a pop
just
at the Nation of
Ali.
Islam, and they're
Oh, well
so
done.
full of shit.
I'm a white bitch, so I can't go.
You're not white, bitch.
No, I know. No, I know. It was just a rumour that they started 2 weeks ago out of the blue.
And I really like Bloodheart. Is his name Bloodheart?
Bloodfire.
Yeah,
But
he's
yeah, he's. Oh, I know.
And then I had
Quite
a
rightly.
thing with him and we didn't see eye to eye and it fell apart.
Ah,
which is a
that's
shame.
fine. I mean, if you had seen eye to eye on many, like I'd find it.
You know when we didn't
unusual.
intellectually connect. You know, I've heard
I
you
see
say
what
you
you're
get
saying.
frustrated when you think you're being rational and someone else saying that.
Oh, it's
We
more
hit
when
that-
I believe someone's being deliberately obtuse or like retarded. Like when I know they've got the capacity, but they're willfully, like the cognitive
I
dissonance.
did not accuse me of being retarded.
No. I'm talking about my foibles. But yeah, so it's not Ali, to be fair, because that's Ali's section. So, oh, I saw Ginger Darren, Hamza.
He's a fucking... No,
Yes, say it live. I know.
Sorry, no.
It's all right.
Well, he's always I think of him as like a harmless version of Barry from Four Lines. Have you seen Four Lines?
No, but any character
haven't
who's
seen
called
Four
Barry on mainstream
I'll
TV
get
is
you a
like,
copy
you're
of
right.
Four Lines is it's a comedy about suicide bombers.
For Lions, yes, I have seen it.
Right, you know
yes,
Barry?
it's the one where.
Barry's the only
No, I've
white
seen it.
guy.
They're in a mascot suit or one, but they
Yeah, at
all.
the end of it.
Yeah.
it was really
That's
good.
I only saw that once. I must watch that again actually.
No,
Let's come over with me. Let's find out what twaddle they're chatting. Oh, it's him. Are you going home and coming back?
Check this out. I wanted to quickly check something with you.
Yeah, go on.
Do you believe in you don't believe in evolution, do you?
No, I believe in
Right saying
creation.
I think Bob does.
Bob does believe that Genesis is just a poetic narrative. Yes, he does believe in a missing link.
Have you guys debated that together?
He won't. But, well, we have in the pub, and as soon as I corner him and there's nowhere to go, he says things like, "Oh, but Kay, we don't want to bore everyone."
No, I'm not bored.
No, not you. But I'm saying he uses that as a get out of jail because he's like, "Oh, we're
anything I
in
can
a
do to
social
encourage
situation."
him to do? Because I'd love to see.
Tell him
two
to get some
Christians
balls,
who've
evolve some back. No, I'm joking.
He's definitely got
No, I
balls.
can refute. No, I know. I can refute. He's got about 5 points on the go that I'm. Well, I'm going to just make generic videos about, but one of them is definitely like utterly erroneous. It's not really a salvific thing if you believe in evolution. However, you're right. If sin didn't enter the world through one man, then Jesus got it all wrong and came like by mistake. But Bob's cracked the code because the Bible says that sin entered through one man, Adam, and was atoned for by the second Adam, which is Christ. So
maybe got that bit wrong.
that's hilarious.
I mean?
Speak to Bob, he doesn't think the Bible's perfect either, but I believe that I'm a Protestant, so is Bob actually. I believe the Bible is infallible and inspired and inscrutable and anything else beginning with N that's positive.
Okay, hang on. But you do see the problem that the Muslims get themselves into when they take the Quran absolutely literally.
There are
Time
some
and time again, you can see
exactly,
they
but it's
just
nothing to do with Christianity. And they are
not saying it
they,
is,
no,
but I'm
I
saying
understand,
the
Tony.
concept of
Let me
taking
answer you then, sir. They are obliged to take certain characteristics of Allah as literal. There is no other proper, as it were, Muslim interpretation available to them. the Bible is inspired. I don't have to take literally commands that are in the Old Testament because I'm not under that covenant, but I still believe that they are literal commands to those Jews. And there is poetry within the Bible. There's the Psalms, etc. So they're just really like sometimes David's yearning for this or that, the other. However, he's like, yeah. So there's nothing that I say that's fabricated. No, I don't say anything's fabricated.
So it's essentially infallible.
Oh no, it is infallible, and it's sufficient as well.
Because my question was,
Catholics don't believe in the sufficient. Well, that's fibbing. They believe that there's other things that can be infallible as well.
yeah, what I'm saying is on the
Like the
basis of
Pope.
look first to the mote in your own eye, which I think
Yeah,
is
yeah.
one of the excellent dictums in Christianity. Given that
It's
you
a
can
log,
see
but
how
yeah.
much it gets the Muslims into trouble when they take everything literally, are you totally
Can
unaware
everybody
of
hear him? I don't know.
the possibility that it might cause problems for you as well?
It cannot. This is why it cannot cause problems. One, Islam has literally nothing to do with my rationale about my faith, because my faith is from God rather than against God. Also, I can see the problems that lesbians get into with something, and people. So it doesn't affect me one iota. The reason that I can't ever get into trouble is that my understanding is human and therefore limited. If I find an issue in the Bible, I know first and foremost, even though it feels like sugar, I know it's my errancy. So therefore I look to the commentaries and the centuries-old views on these things, and then some of them differ, because we are entitled. God says, come let us reason together. So we're not told, in Catholicism you must believe if the Pope declares it real or true. Similar to the Bible, I have to believe it to be a Christian, but I don't. It's not salvific. So therefore, I can say actually, well, I think that Job contains a dinosaur, and other people can say no, the Leviathan is just a rhinoceros, or like, do you know what I mean? Like it's interpretation.
Do you believe in dinosaurs?
I don't know, but people say, well, where are they in the Bible? It's in Job, chapter 43.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Jurassic Park is. So you believe in a literal? I don't know. You believe in a literal 7-day creation?
No, because the days are printed. No, where do I go? The day doesn't denote 24 hours.
Give me a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're taking.
Should we go over
You're
to-
taking a day metaphorically.
No, I'm not taking it metaphorically. I'm taking it no, I'm really not. Let me answer you how I'm taking it. How about that? You ask me a question, then I tell you. What do you reckon? No? He's thinking about it.
I don't know if I'm being rude.
I haven't given you. No, I haven't given you my answer. So I don't believe it's a 24-hour, or a dawn to dusk kind of vibe. Because for one, the days are actually dusk to dawn within Judaism. Also, where was that? Oh shucks, you've thrown me now, Tone. Balls. Oh, because the sun and the moon weren't created until the third day.
That's a handy get out.
It's not to get. It's in the Bible, so it's there for a reason,
But
isn't
therefore,
it?
the days after the third day, they were created, and you would.
So how do I know those 7 days? Two of them at least didn't have a sun and a moon, so it really negates the need for a cycle of the Earth to show the sun and the moon. Do you see?
I totally get where you're coming from.
And also in the Psalms it says well, I'm giving you my evidences. In the Psalms it says 1,000 years are as one day to the Lord, and the Lord is the only one about in creation, apart from the animals and Adam and Eve eventually.
I see your argument.
So, yeah.
With respect, don't find it.
With respect, I don't care, because I'm not trying to
With
convince
respect,
you.
I do care. I think that makes me more Christian.
But you're not a Christian.
I know, it's strange, isn't it?
No.
Irony has entered the discussion.
If you don't have the Holy Spirit, it doesn't matter if you try to perform good works. They're as filthy rags. Like they're not righteous. I'm not righteous. It's only Christ's imputed righteousness upon me that gets me saved. I can't do anything to earn it. You see what I mean? 100%, because it's in the Bible, and I take that to be the standard of truth. And Jesus Christ is the truth, kind of thing.
So no matter how well behaved a Muslim, an atheist, or a Buddhist,
Not getting in,
no matter how
no.
self-sacrificing,
And as a
how
Christian, you
impactful-
should know this, Tony.
No, I'm.
It's almost like he hasn't read the Bible.
No, there's different strands of Christianity.
There's only one Bible. There's a Bible that says, if you do not believe, you are damned. That's it.
Nice to see. Nice to
You're right.
see.
The back of your teeth.
Look, the very fact that you and Bob are both Christians and you
Yes.
disagree on the point
Yes.
of evolution
Salvation is.
means that there are different strands of
But
Christianity.
I take you back to my former answer. It's not strands of Christianity. We are both from the same denomination of Christianity. But salvifically, we are equally yoked, as it were.
But you both believe fundamentally different things.
No, not
evolution.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, so what?
Okay,
That
so-
doesn't
so
mean
you're
we're not
a-
Protestant.
No, yeah, but you're not identical strains of
You are not the arbiter of what is the same Christianity. Do you see? With respect.
I'm just
It-
rationally showing.
And rationally, I'm
that if
trying
two
to.
philosophies
This
don't
guy.
share- if two
Go on.
philosophies in any field, forget religion.
No,
If
I
any-
don't want to forget religion because you're talking about my religion and you're categorizing me by an arbitrary standard of your own making. Yes, you are.
I'm not saying in any discipline,
I love the
including
language here.
religion.
Very
In any,
beautiful
thank you. In any discipline.
Imagine it in Arabic.
Out
I'm
of
joking.
interest, Gav, I'm not sure if you believe in evolution or not.
Partially, yeah.
Partially. Interesting. So you don't, you partially
I
do,
don't
and
because
do.
I believe in the Bible.
Okay. When you
I
say
know that in
Bible,
Adam and
it's
Eve,
partial.
the Islamic Adam and Eve narrative, they're in a paradise other than here. But Allah does reference another human being on the earth who's willful and doesn't. So I guess they're the first. But when he says, and I could get rid of you and make some more, he uses a verb or an adjective or I can't remember now, a preposition that is not human, that is specifically non-human. So maybe they're like celestial at that point until they fall down. I don't do tafsirs for a living. You'll be shocked.
Got it. Okay.
Horrified. Do you know? Like who the other dude was who's running about?
I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to double check.
Yeah,
this. I haven't come across this. It's quite interesting.
Go on. Can we lob in his view on evolution? 'Cause-
Sure.
Perfect.
This is like Ali's co-Dawa personage. I can't remember your name. Dawood. David to his friends in England.
Who did an excellent interview with a Christian lady about 6 weeks ago, you can see on YouTube,
Nice.
where there were no arguments, they had an enlightened discussion, they got on great, and it was all hunky-dory.
Tony is the babysitter of Speaker's Corner, everybody.
Just recognise.
They had a lovely conversation. Yeah, but okay, I'm not even going to go
Okay,
like
go
it. Utterly evil people can have civilized conversations. I'm not you. I just mean it doesn't denote a strength of character. It means
I
manipulation.
wasn't using civilization as the barometer. Good.
No, I'm saying Hitler. I'm
But I
sure
think
had lovely
empathy-
conversations with his mother as a child.
I recognise empathic people.
Oh, I see. Through your own empathy. And excellent. Okay, so you're
With any of them.
decrying psychopathy at this point. You're saying, I'm no psychopath, I'm empathic.
okay, I'm arguing that Jesus was
Oh,
arguably.
hang on. We've got an argument about Jesus coming out of Tony's empathy.
I'll argue that Jesus was arguably the most empathic human being who ever lived,
Wow.
which is why he's an archetype and a guiding light. Yeah. So I'm totally in favour of that. I think it's a good
Seems
list.
legit.
If you look at any example of evil that you can list, I think what you'll notice is a common denominator is there's a lack of empathy at play. Yeah?
Potentially.
And from that, you can kind of logically infer that if the essence of evil is lack of empathy, what about the possibility that the essence of
Well,
goodness
the
is
essence of
empathy?
evil is the absence of goodness.
Yeah, well, I would say it was the absence of empathy if you're trying to break it down. And that Jesus
No, I don't say
demonstrated
empathy alone is goodness. I say goodness. No, I did. You said no. I'm trying to break it down, as if the building blocks of like goodness. Exactly, goodness is the good is the core. God alone is good. The Bible says so. Good is the core from which springs empathy and sympathy and compassion and altruism. Of course, it does.
Okay, this is
It's
the
a root
conversation I was going to have
exactly.
with
Let's
Paul.
find out about the Muslim Doodah with evolution.
Yeah, go on.
Go for it.
Well, we like the way I understand evolution is that there's some people who believe that there's like monkeys.
Missing link or cavemen or something. Yeah.
I don't subscribe to that fully. But I do understand that there is a mutation and a change over time that can happen with creation.
Were you saying earlier that Muslims partly believe, or did you mean you partly believe? Oh, I understand. Yeah, because there's adaptation, which is what I think you're talking about. Birds' beaks get shorter or longer or more suitable, but macroevolution, like speciation, I don't. Apart from Allah turning the Jews into pigs and monkeys, like that's not evolution either. That's like exactly. So I don't think ever a fish turned into a monkey or a cat or a. Because there's no scientific
The
proof.
Muslims I've spoken to so far, including Sabur, and I've watched them debate this, they seem to accept microevolution because you can see it in the lab with fruit flies and moths. But then they seem to dispute macroevolution, which is interspecies. Some of them seem to buy interspecies, but then draw man as being an exception to the rule. Okay. So where we'd fundamentally disagree is I see man as just a continuum in the apex of evolution, but you think the principle is in play. You seem not to accept do you not even accept microevolution?
I accept adaptation.
Okay, so microevolution you accept.
I accept adaptation. I'm going to call it what Darwin did. I accept adaptation.
I'm learning things, thank you, I didn't know.
I don't accept speciation. And even Darwin said after 100 years, if it hasn't been proven, throw it out, which is a bit of a weird one for him.
Proves that Darwin wasn't infallible.
Well, it proves that his theory also is not proven because scientifically it's not replicable or observable, which are two absolute criteria for scientific truth, as it were. It must be replicable, it must be observable, and therefore within 100 years it can't be observed.
But with the fruit flies and the moths it is.
Show me. Tell me, because Bob tried this one. Is it something to do with the mating of the...
No, it's got to do with the fact that, for example, in the industrial north, they had white moths, I believe, and when industrialisation came, the coal blackened all the buildings, they turned black, and very quickly they noticed the moths also turned
Well,
black.
that's only adaptation, that's not speciation. They didn't become different
Can we agree that
animals.
what you call adaptation and I call microevolution is the same thing?
And we both agree with them, so why are you arguing them? I'm
was
saying,
just
when did
checking.
the moth turn into a sparrow?
No, it didn't.
Exactly, so that's what we're trying to get to. Do you believe in that?
I just want to clarify that we
Yeah.
do agree on that.
Yeah,
And then
we
can work
do.
out where we disagree.
We do.
So, because
We
once
disagree on
once
species.
you accept that an environment can affect the genome of an organism to the point that it changes, why is it such a jump to see that extending further and
Shall I
between
tell you?
species? Yes, please.
Okay, so I've seen interviews with like top macrobiologists and like people who are in the know, and I mentioned this, and you said you were going to bring me your evidence, and you never did, and that's fair enough.
No, I
there
hunted
isn't any.
around on
That's
this
great.
too. Had some got stats.
Oh, you have
so I'm
some.
happy.
You have some evidence. You said there was so much evidence you couldn't choose.
Sure, I could. You don't
Was
want to
that
do
a bit
this
of
to
a
me now.
fib?
This isn't a fact.
Do this to you as if this is like... Anywho, so this is my reputation of speciation, that other than it's unobservable, and so these macrobiologists, these like Harvard, which you said it was Harvard and Yale, but what they have cited as evidence is of a change of kind, which is what we're looking for. They came up with bacteria eventually. They said, bacteria, it changes into and the interviewer said, into another form of bacteria. And they were like, yeah. He said, well, that's not speciation.
No, that is other things. Monkey to human would.
But, well, if you can observe it and show me when it happened, then I'd be
Okay,
great.
do you not see the real flaw in what you just said?
You're jesting, surely.
No, I'm not. I'm saying
You've
play
just said a
devil's
monkey.
advocate.
Why can I go and see a monkey if they've all turned... What do you mean?
Okay, what I mean is your litmus test is, can I observe it?
No, science is litmus test. I can't observe Genesis. I can't observe David and Solomon. It's not my litmus test, it's yours.
I think on tape you just said, show me. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Show me evidence.
And I
Not
said,
show
do
me
you
the
not?
act.
And I said, do you not see the flaw in what you just said? And the flaw in what you just said is,
Go on.
in order for me to show it to you, you'd have to hang around for 1,000,000 years and be watching, and
Shucks.
you can't.
Right. No, you
Therefore,
don't have
it's
to
an
do that.
impossible
You don't
test.
have to do that. You could bring me some skeletal evidence or
No,
something.
you're not accepting any skeletal evidence.
How do
I
you
can
know?
show
You
the
haven't asked
I
me.
can show you the microevolution now, but you go, it's not in
So
species.
microevolution and speciation are not the
I know,
same
but
thing.
you-
I agree on
I
one
know,
and disagree.
but to observe empirically the speciation,
That's not the
you'd
evidence
have
I'm
to be
asking.
around
Just
for
give me a verbal confirmation of one animal that has become a different animal, not bacteria, not birds changing their beaks
monkey,
into human.
Homo
That's what you're
sapiens,
going with.
Neanderthal, we'll go with that.
Well, you're going in the wrong direction, but
Why don't-
okay,
You're
you are.
arguing-
Homo sapien did not become
But
Neanderthal.
you're arguing, no, I know.
Exactly.
I
So
know,
I
but-
said wrong direction and you said no.
Yeah, but you seem to be saying that I have to show you it in practice, and it's
No, you're just calling out.
How could I show you it in
well,
practice?
what a debate is. Let's go back to basics. You make a claim, and then you bring some evidences.
I couldn't.
Well, then you have. But I thought you said there are countless evidences when we made a video last time, and you just couldn't think of one
That was on a
because.
separate topic.
No, it was on evolution. Right, at this point, point, I'm going to cut the tape. I'm going to make a short tape, and I'm going to show Tony literally saying, I have so many evidences for evolution that I just can't think of one right now.
Hopefully Kay's not going to cut out what I say now. Okay?
Why would I?
What I said was, yes, I'll find a lot. We should have a debate. I didn't turn up today to do that with you, but I'll happily do it, get some research and come back. Yeah? So I'm not pretending I didn't say that. I just didn't turn up with that data right now. What I am querying is your supposition that it would be possible for you to observe macroevolution in action. That's an impossible
I don't want
task.
inaction. I don't want inaction. I'm not a scientist.
What you
I
said
don't want it in
showed-
real time. I'm not a scientist. If you could give me 100-year-old evidence, I may or may not accept it. Do you see? So hold on, let's just flip it on you. Tony. Let me just flip this on you. You are saying you trust in science. You don't.
Okay, actually, hang on.
Yeah,
I'm
you
saying,
do.
yeah, pound for pound, I have
So
science seems like the
science
best
is criteria. If I were to go up to for a scientific prize or a paper of peer-reviewed literature, and I go, well, I do have evidence, but I just can't bring it right now, and it's not quite good enough, and you're being a bit pedantic. No. I'm saying I will accept various evidences, but you can't produce one other than claiming, which is not evidence. You're claiming monkey to man, Homo erectus to yada yada, Australopithecus to this one. But you're not even citing to me, Oxford University found in 1930, nothing at all. Oh,
What
right.
I am putting to you is a more Occam's razor argument, which is totally viable, in fact more viable, which is
Only
when
philosophically,
I
not
said to you,
scientific.
I want to give you some evidence, you went, the evidence that you would have is for me to show it to you. And I'm hoping
I didn't actually, Tony, I think your perception is slightly skewed. I didn't actually say those words. I just said, show me. I didn't say the only evidence I will accept
Let me
is
rephrase.
visual.
Could we agree that it would be impossible for me to physically demonstrate to you the process of macroevolution before your eyes? I can
Of course.
demonstrate. Thank you. That was all I was trying to say. Good.
What, are you a magician? What, unless you're David Blaine,
Then I
then...
misunderstood you. I thought you said you wanted me to show you macroevolution in action.
No, I
That's an
said show me.
impossibility.
You said monkey to man. I said show me. Meaning,
How could I?
back up. This is what a debate is. You made the claim. You therefore must cite something. Anything.
I
You
would.
just can't throw it out there and say, it did happen. You know, that's what like my
I'm not-
daughter used to do when she was, it did happen, Mum. That's it.
I'm
And I
not
go, oh.
inane enough that I would use that as an argument. I'm simply comparing that there's one strand of evolution, macro, micro, which we literally can show in the lab now. And that's because it happens in such a short time frame, with such short lives.
I think we're
that you
still
can
at cross
see it,
purposes.
But
I
when we
don't.
move to macroevolution,
Exactly.
it becomes impossible to do the
But
same
they are
thing.
two separate processes.
That's your
And
hypothesis.
no, it's
the
not.
same
That's
dynamic.
science.
It's the same dynamic.
But it's
The
really
survival
not.
of the fittest based on being tested in your environment.
People who accept speciation do not don't necessarily cite only adaptation as evidences. They cite like geological something or others, and this. I know you did, but that's still a moth. When it changes colour, I change colour in the sun. I'm still me, let alone the same species.
But the moth changed colour from white to black when
It doesn't prove speciation. I don't know though, really, Ty. No, I don't know if I will, because you're going around in circles. Let's disregard adaptation. You finish it, and then I've got stuff to do because literally,
let's
I
finish the
can't go
sentence. The
around in
sentence
circles.
was, the moth was observed to change colour from white to black when the environment became covered in coal and charcoal. Yeah. What makes it really interesting is then when they cleaned up the environment and moved away from coal, then the environment cleaned up and the moth moved back to being moth.
Can you tell me what
That
might
would
encourage
seem-
it to
that
adapt
would-
into a different
One
being?
very reasonable theory is that the moths which survived were the ones which had mutated to blend in and be camouflaged in their environment. That was a consistent theory. So that shows a process where the genome of an animal is being filtered out by the
There's
environment.
many
Right,
instances of that. Yeah.
which is in accord with the Darwinian theory. Now, once you've seen that proven in a microenvironment, it's not a crazy notion to say to what extent can we extend it to the macro.
And yet that's not
Now, the
science,
fact that
is
I
it?
can't demonstrate it for you in the lab on the macro
Nobody
level
can.
does not disprove the
But
integrity of-
nobody
because
can.
it's impossible to do.
So why teach it as a fact in schools?
No, it's impossible
Why
to
teach
prove
it? What other impossible, like something that's impossible to prove, is taught in schools as truth? And is that not unethical?
Mediation. Go on, see what he says about what we just said.
I don't know what we just said because I was trying to get you to stick to speciation.
Well,
Yeah, Darwin said that the human eye woke him up in cold sweats, that the duck-billed platypus gave him horrors because he couldn't account for for it within his framework theory.
Well, no, it's a terrifying theory. I agree with you on that.
Well,
But just because it's terrifying doesn't
But
mean
he
it's wrong.
didn't consider it proven even on his deathbed. Like, you know. So what do you think?
You were sort of arguing on the basis of like that could be an indication too, and it's not far-fetched because
I think it's a consistent position to extrapolate the possibility of macroevolution from the empirical evidence of microevolution, yeah? It's not just a point to discuss.
But if I come up with, sorry to interrupt, if I come up with two theories and one is actually true and one is just off a little bit, and in 100 years they say, well, in Kay's theory of such and such, this is true, so we're good to extrapolate something else because of her additional theory. It doesn't. It's only philosophically viable. It's only logically valid to infer those things. It's not scientifically viable because of the lack of observability, even within fossil remains. It's
Then
philosophical.
you seem to be limiting scientific methodology to only things which can be empirically
That's what
observed.
science limits itself to.
No, but scientific methodology, I think,
It has to be replicable in a lab.
Yeah, I know, that's the idea. However,
No.
you can't replicate, for example, a supernova in a lab.
But they can
Nonetheless,
visibly, like they just did photograph a
but prior to
supernova.
supernovas, they already inferred their existence. Prior to
Exactly, and then they couldn't prove it. It was just a theory.
then it became an observable empirical.
Exactly. You've just argued my case for me. As soon as they observe, as soon as they can observe empirically, that is proven now.
Okay, I argued the opposite.
You
I argued
didn't.
that they inferred.
That, which is called a theory by everyone else. They had a theory, then they observed it, and now they say it's scientifically
Validated,
proven.
which validates
Exactly. So evolution is not proven; it's just a theory. So why is it taught as truth?
Right.
I
The
know.
mechanism of
I'm
science.
doing a live stream. I'm not even doing like debates. Go on.
The method of scientific, the methodology of science would go, we observe something, we create a hypothesis to account for it, we seek that hypothesis
No,
to be
it
self-consistent. Oh, really?
Yeah, really.
Okay, well,
You don't have to. If by observe you mean ponder, but if you see something, and like you don't have to see something to make a theory, because the theory existed before the supernova. They can notice the absence of gravity in a black hole, but they don't necessarily come up with a black hole theory. They come up with. This is the thing about science. You have to try to detract. There's no one going around confirming, because that's irrelevant. It's trying to disprove the prior theory to come with a superior theory. As in, well, but mainly you find that new scientists are coming
Let's
along.
look at why he got the. Did he get the Nobel Prize for the Higgs boson? Let's see. I'm not sure. The Higgs boson, right? The reason was he hypothesized
Without
from
observing.
without observing. Exactly.
This is my. Oh, thank you. So, okay. I know, that's why I argued. Why are you speaking to me like I'm a retard? Seriously, I ain't got time for this time. You said something, I just refuted you. Then you said my position as if I hadn't held it. I said it doesn't have to be observed. You said sometimes.
as a third person, are you basically saying that because of that, because it was observable at one point, then proven correct, you could then also argue that, well, since the whole mutation thing indicates at specification.
Yeah, that's what
I'm
he said.
saying the genesis of scientific methodology is you start with a hypothesis, then you do experiments to see if the hypothesis can be validated, and then empirically you do it. That's the ladder of.
And how can it be? And how can it be validated? How is the scientific? The confirmed method, the criteria for proving something is these two things which we've been discussing and sort of going around. It's that it's observable and that it is replicable. That is
It may not be possible.
it may not be possible, but until it
Inside a
is,
black hole. What are you going to do?
no, you can do the radio waves and stuff like that, or whatever it is.
I know.
No, but observable doesn't mean visually only.
Empirically means through the senses.
Through data? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Empirically, I haven't got my. Well, I'm going to tell you what I think it means. No, empiricism is collected data. Empirical. All right then.
Okay, one of us is right, one of us is wrong. We
Okay,
can
so
look at
either way, you don't have to hear it, you don't have to see
it.
it.
It means through the senses.
Okay. All right. I know I am.
Maybe I'm wrong and I'm learning
You
something.
are.
Sorry, what am I wrong about?
Empirical means observable data as it collected. You do a whole. Go on, go for it. Period of time. You say 100 women said that they're quite irritated when people talk to them like they're idiots, and then you say empirically, women believe them. Yes, please.
Empirical evidence.
I know it is.
Empirical evidence through the senses. Yes, from from experience through the senses. That's what
Maybe
empirical
text
evidence
her.
is.
Nobody's got a phone. Someone in the chat, could you just like get the definition of empirical? Empirical evidence, if you like, but empirical is a root word.
Just empirical.
Of course not. Tony's on one now. Jeff, would you please just get a search engine and find me the meaning?
It may be about, I may have egg on my face, but I have to change my thinking.
Oh, quite a few things, Tony. But never mind.
But you guys are kind of agreeing.
So at this point, we're not. I'm saying
No one can look it up for me. Come on, boys.
Using
Girls.
evidence.
Oh, yeah, I've just been told mine is the correct definition.
really.
Yes, this is by one of my regulars there,
You
who I
got the
trust.
definition correct, Kay, and you trust that.
Yes, I do.
With respect to Martin Evans.
Well, I really
I'll
do.
come back. No, I'll come back and apologise.
Let me just find something. You got a smartphone? No one's got data. Empirical evidence for a proposition is evidence. There you go. Empirical evidence for a proposition is evidence, i.e., what supports or counters the proposition that is constituted.
Source on that.
Oh, Jeff, could you give me the source, please? Because he's been really ridiculous. Yeah, but I was in the middle. We are. What do you mean? Oh, Jeff, give me your source, please, because now he wants citations. He doesn't for evolution. He can't provide any. He doesn't want any. Empirical research is research using empirical evidence. It's also a way of gaining knowledge by means of direct. Can someone give me the site?
Direct
Or and indirect observation or experience. No, observation is not. No, my touch is a sense. How is that? But anyway, you're wrong. Okay, great. Would you do what you said? Would you do what you said and do your like seriously? Give me your. You got data. You got internet.
Primary and secondary. She's talking about secondary.
No, I'm saying empirical evidence.
But it's a secondary. If you look at data, which is being collected,
That is the empirical evidence.
no, I hear you. I'm just saying that.
If you observe it, you have to then go and get the empirical evidence to support your observation.
But there's stages to it, so you both are right.
No, I'm not. No, empirical evidence is. Just do me this favor.
Empirical evidence.
Just put your passcode in.
So in order to
I know he's not even a Muslim. I mean, this guy is a Muslim, but they're not talking about him.
Empirical evidence on Wikipedia.
Wikipedia. Are you crazy? There's no academic standard. But no, I will not do it on something that is exactly.
Wikipedia rubbish.
You can put.
Wikipedia is rubbish.
I'm going to go to.
Just start with.
No, thank you.
What's your source?
I will not. I will give you my source. You asked for scientific. Wikipedia is crowd. No. How about that? Okay, it's not anything to do with you. You don't have a phone. Okay, I'm just going to step over it. That's philosophy. You want science. No, I will not use philosophy. I will use science because empirical. Let me find one first, Tone, and then you can quibble that you're still right. Give me a minute. Let me choose. Jeez. Anyway, I will be walking about shortly because really. Okay. Empirical. Oh, by the way, Ash is here. This is phone I'm using. Empirical evidence. So from live science, empirical evidence is information acquired by observation or experimentation. Scientists record and analyse this data. The process is essential. So live science says empirical evidence is information acquired by observation or experimentation. No, that means I'm right. Great. No, it's acquired by senses, but it's not. No, all right, I'll see you later, Tone. Thanks, Ash. Tone, you're being so disingenuous, it's embarrassing. Yeah, I know I am. And I'm going to carry on being better over there where you're not being so dishonest. I just gave you the evidence you wanted. It's the evidence of the observation. They already have. Great, Tone. When you find out you're wrong, come and see me. You were just proven wrong twice. No. Who cares about philosophy? We're talking about science. No, it's not. Okay, great. Philosophy of science is a subset of philosophy. Don't try with me. Great, Tone. Thank you, love. Bye now. Lots of love. Get a grip. Right, I can't. I just can't do it because I can't. Because I just can't. Because the evidence has been given how many times? I don't know what that means, Esther, but I'm going to take it as a compliment because, no, honestly, Rash, I'm like, I need a fag. I'm so pissed. Your face is on the camera if I turn around. We got a soul saying cat. Really? Oh, coffee is what I'm going to... let me just get to a cigarette point. I know. But he wanted science, and then he wants philosophy, and then he wants the made-up dictionary of Tony. Like, I just can't. I'm sorry, I can. Thank you, Hidden Rose. I feel like I'm being quite short with people lately. There is no full moon or anything, but I have, like, that is my trigger. I was saying, like, who was saying it to me? Oh, Tony was saying it to me earlier. that when people are deliberately obtuse, when they have a brain cell and they choose through cognitive dissonance because they hold one ideology, they cannot accept evidence. So I'm hopeful for evidence of evolution. I'd love to refute it properly, you know, because evidence doesn't correlate with proven truth. Evidence can be misleading. That's the whole, like, law shows that, you know, and the absence of evidence is not evidence of absence of truth. Anyway, let's get a nicotine thing going here. Bob, okay, happy frenzy. Bob is got a snazzy new hairdo. He's got a do going. He's over. I'll show you. Bob's over there. There's JC, the back of JC with his cap on backwards because he's down with a ute. And Bob is on the. You must be able to hear him. Look, there he is. See this? You see the snazzy do though. Well, yeah, Alan, that's pretty true. As a government. Right, let's right, I've got to squat down again, sorry, old lady noise. And right. Yep, Daffod, that's the cognitive that's literally it. It's that you try to hold two positions that are logically exclusive. And one has to be suicidal, one has to die. Like you cannot, thanks Deborah, you cannot hold two positions, i.e. evolution and Yahweh's word being true. And that's why, for Bob, the Bible is not perfect. Oh, Ivan's asking me, what do I think of marriage of the clergy? I'm a Protestant, so I hope that answers that. And they're not priests in Protestantism. The Bible itself says that bishops should be head of their own family before being head of the church, i.e. their wife and children. So that shows that at least higher up in the hierarchy of the clergy, it's in the Bible, it's permissible. Also, female leaders are there in the Bible. Just before we get onto that, which I feel it may be coming up. Yeah, I mean, Jesus didn't marry, but we are all a royal priesthood. That's the view of the Bible, and, well, not all, I mean Christians. That's the view of the Bible, so everything we do must be holy. Jesus, excuse me. Jesus chose not to marry. That would have been a little bit odd because he is God. But he is married to the church. So in effect, he is not unmarried, if you see what I mean. His sacrificial love that one should have for your children and husband or children and wife is displayed fully at the cross and in his life, actually. So yeah, he's unmarried in legalistic terms, as in he didn't have one female like wife. However, he was married. He's the groom, at least. So yeah, at the coming, there will be the union of the groom and the bride. So yeah, he's taken. In other words, like he's betrothed. That's the word I was looking for. So let's go and find some more tards. Never mind. But yeah, in fact, I don't even know if I want to embarrass Tony that much, but the evolution chat I had with him when we were sitting down, he literally said, I said, have you got any evidence for evolution? And he goes, wow, there's so much, like, I can't, you know, it's just redundant. And I was like, well, can you give me just one? He said, I'll bring it next time. And he's been here 3 or 4 times since then. Anyway, here's Bob and his snazzy do. Let's just not get run over a sec. Hold on.
It's a cult that was made by a medieval man that didn't know facts, and Muslims are grasping at straws to make false comparisons. Now, do you want to go to Proverbs as well?
I approve of the haircut, to be fair. Not that I'm an ambassador for decent hairdos. But yeah, I quite like it. It looks like he has been away or on holiday. I don't know whether he meant abroad, but he looks rested, which is a good thing. Right, let's go and cause some trouble that isn't me. Well, yeah, I don't mind debating, but yeah, I'm all right. That was the Holy Spirit telling me that I should debate. It just fell out. Right, that's it. Back. Hi, everybody. Sorry, that's a weird one now. Everyone's going to know I'm back online. Sorry, my phone just switched itself off because I put the selfie stick on the power button. Sorry, Hidden Rose. Now my timer is saying minus 51 seconds and counting backwards. Okay, that's not a weird little hi. Okay, everybody knows. Hi, Adam. Right, you can ask. I can move the microphone away from you, but wait until I switch it. I won't be on ever so long because I need to do some persecution stuff.
I'll be wondering.
Excellent. All right, brilliant. Somebody had a question, but then I thank you, Tobias. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. That was so weird. I said, well, maybe I don't need to debate, and then the phone just bounced out of the holder. And what's happening? You all right? I ain't seen you for ages. That's Yaya. I need to. Hi, Si. You're right, lovely. I'm good, thank you. I will be as soon as I can have this cigarette. Right, give me 2 seconds because I still haven't even. But that's so weird. My timer is going backwards. If you play this video backwards, it says Jesus. No. Let's find a light now because I can't go through. Whoa, sorry, love. What are you going to do? Kisha. Yeah. If I had, I need more. I don't know if I haven't mind feed this morning, but usually it's pretty forthcoming. Yaya's over there. But yeah, of course I will. Yeah, there's no reason I would veer away from Afghanistan. Most of the Christians I would suspect in Afghanistan are formerly Muslim, so they're in double danger, which is what I was talking about with Apostate Prophet the other night. Right, who smokes? Oh yeah, right. That's right. Do you like Burberry? I do. I do, and even more so when I'm irritated by Charles. James,
They do that. They've got
Hello, smile. I'm on camera.
there you go.
This is one of my favourite people. Well, this was one of your favourite people.
He's talking about me. Right. Oh, there's mobile police riding around on bicycles. Right, let's see. Yeah, of the Dawa, Ali is here and Dawood. Those are the Salam peaks. Yaya is here. Usman is here. Usman's off. Jeff, that was too slow. There's a delay, sorry. I now have to not chat. Hold on. Marcy, I'm coming to that question, I promise. Let me just make sure. Delight, thanks for your opinion. Anyway, give me 2 seconds. I've read a little bit of it, Gamer, but not with any real focus. I just kind of briefly looked through it. I think it's a bit what's the word? Esoteric-y kind of, No, Timothy, is he here? I haven't seen it. Anyway, what was the question from Marcy? Let me go back a minute. Okay, the vaccine mandates and for healthcare. Yeah, I don't. I think that it's pretty telling that initially, I can only speak for the UK in terms of what I know, as in what's happened, etc. But initially, they were creating a panic by saying that. Well, maybe when we stop the lockdown, you won't be able to go to the pub. You might not be able to go to a restaurant without a vaccine passport. Obviously, I imagine, I haven't got this empirically. I don't know this empirically, literally, but I imagine there was a spike in the uptake in vaccines just from the fear of not being able to, go for Jesus, my saviour. Okay, he is, by the way. Yeah, so there would have been an uptake. Then that didn't work because the vaccines weren't required for going to the pub. And then it was, well, maybe you won't be able to leave the country without a vaccine passport, or bizarrely, evidence that you've had the illness within the last 90 days. I don't know how that precludes certain variants, to be fair. But who am I? I'm no scientist. And so then that would have caused a massive spike in the uptake. And once they're targeting the under 18s, I find that ethically, the whole thing is ethically troubling. But there's no evidence, it's not even a vaccine, to be fair. It's being missold because it doesn't, oh, my light's gone out because I'm waffling. I'm a waffler. It doesn't stop you catching the vaccine. So how can it, catching the virus. So how can it say, Yeah, Delight, you need to learn how to spell before you start condescending. That means talk down to people. Lol. Right. Let's find another light. Spurgeon said, I smoke this cigar to the glory of the Lord. We do all things to the glory of the Lord. So, yeah, every herb-bearing plant on earth to use in Genesis. That's what he gives to us and to the other animals. So, there's Josh. You right? There's never enough smokers. I do have a light, actually. Why don't I just dig around with one hand? That guy in it is, but it's how it affects your mind. Like, so sober-minded, that doesn't mean utterly without alcohol or like things that affect your mind, because obviously sugar affects your mind and, you know, etc. But it's just the moderation. Like the Bible says, do not become a drinker of water only, but take a little wine for your ailments. And also drunkenness is the sin as opposed to drinking, because of course Jesus, thank you, Ironip. As yet, thanks Victoria, as yet God hasn't granted me the desire. So let's see what Victoria says. She says, Sister Kay, wish people would zip it about smoking. Thank you so very much. Me too, actually. It's not like I haven't heard the rumour before. The thing is, I live in a city where the levels of pollution, acceptable pollution, are like outstrip the smoking of tobacco, quite frankly. And also smoking vapes. I mean, where are we drawing the line here? Because that's not the tar or the acrolein. That's the I don't know. Jesus, my saviour. If you try and make sense, like that would be great. I'm not advising anyone to smoke, and in fact, I don't really care. So yeah. So the point is, for me, God has not granted me the desire. I know people who, Manaf, like, don't tell me what to say. How about that? Free speech, like, you know. And also, the words please and thank you are available for anyone with manners. So, where was I going with that? Yeah, God hasn't granted me the desire to stop. I don't see it as a sin. I don't replace, I don't put in the place where God should be tobacco or tobacco products. So, yeah, yeah, that's it, basically. That's literally it. That's my answer. I know it's not really ideal smoking on camera, but it's either that or don't stream at the moment. Because if you were not, are you asking me, Jeff? If you were not present for Tony, then, maybe it's just me who gets irritated. But yeah. Jeff, rolling tobacco. I don't know the. Yeah, I don't want to say the brand because I don't want to influence anyone to smoke. Quite frankly, if I could choose again, maybe I wouldn't choose. But actually, I don't know because I'm the person I am with all the experience I have. And Romans 8:28 shows me that God can bring goodness out of all, like for all who love Him. So yeah, Delight Beber, you sound retarded. Like, what's your point? Why are you here? Oh, no, it's an addictive. Yeah, no, it's tobacco. It's not nicotine free, if that's what you ask. If that's what you're asking. So I do have those vapey things, and you can grade them like less nicotine, etc. But no, it's addictive. But I don't worship. Like I don't, you know, like alcoholism, for example, as opposed to moderate alcohol intake. So the demonic or satanic element of addiction is not the substance at all. It's our reaction to the substance. I see what you mean, Jeff. I didn't know there was nicotine-free cigarettes. Like, I didn't know that, to be fair. Not unless they're like fake, like manufactured. But yeah, so what I'm saying is if you put it in the place where God should be, if you're idolatrous with your addiction, then that's the sin. Oh yeah, Darren's here as well, Biblical Unitarian Christian. Yeah, thanks for letting me know. Goofy, I'd like to see you. Right, let's have a wander. Hold up. You know who I really do like to speak to? Do it, Jeff. Well, I'm not encouraging. I mean, if you feel led that way, I'm sure you're a grown-up, as we like to call them, and capable of making your own decisions without the influence of like random people on the internet who feel entitled to give you life advice in a forceful, like, you know, often impolite, sometimes very caring. Like, it's not like I'm dismissive of people caring. Ben isn't here, Biblical Unitarian Christian. He said he's taking some time. He's going to do some... Sorry, 1 minute. Yeah, no, I know. I wouldn't buy it there anyway. The over there is cheaper, to be fair. You know, I don't want to advertise that. I don't know, because it's counting backwards. Maybe, but I have to do some... Oh, I thought I lost my code. I have to do some persecution bits because I haven't done... Like, I did one last week and JC forgot to upload it. So, like, that's why I'm here, kind of thing. As soon as I get the other... What time are you leaving? Then no, I can't do it because I'm still going to be doing this for a while. But thank you very much. Next week we'll do it if you're here. Congrats from everyone. Excellent. Well done, David. Like, genuinely well done. I have given up things that I consider like not, you know, detrimental in the past, like many things. It's not that I'm adverse to, like, it's not like I'm like, once you're in, you're in. Guys, Bob screaming.
Then you continue to make the clothes out of leaves.
I can't be bothered to. Oh, I can flip the camera. What I did.
Using those clothes. And that's the difference between Islam and Christianity. Is that Christianity teaches the nobility of every culture.
Sorry about the earache. Let me just check with JC. Sorry.
Every culture is inferior
The mic
to
charge,
Arab
the other
culture.
one. I know I'm still streaming at the minute.
Any other
But I'm going to
question?
do it like.
Yeah, were you ready?
Yeah. Wipe them spectacles, man. They are cloudy. Right, I'll be back in a minute. I'd love it if somebody said any other questions, if anyone would have shouted out. What about the missing link? Right, let's have a wander around. Okay, so loads of regulars that I see. In fact, there's more Dawa. Haven't seen Hashim and Mansour yet, or Adnan, even though Adnan pretends that I don't exist now. Asif is surrounded by Dawa cameras. Let's see, Wagwan. Nation of Islam have gone. They've packed up and left. What a shame. What a shame. What I thought we needed was some more like subtle racism. Is haiku, I'm not sure. Oh, I'll flip you around.
Worst plague just reshape the entire planet. Therefore, we must believe what Pfizer, Moderna, AstraZeneca, and Johnson & Johnson and Moderna tell us. First of all, remember, there are 240 vaccines, not 5, 240. And if you get vaccinated in China, Sinopharm, for example, and then you fly to England after having done your PCR test, your nasal swab, your anal swab, your spit swab, you land in the country, do another test and scan it and send it in, and you paid a couple of £100 to land in the country, as much as your airplane ticket, and then you land in the country and you say, I want to now go in a month or two's time, I want to go to a football stadium. Now they're going to say, well, you either pay for a test, that might be the best, the luckiest option, or they are now saying you must have double jab. Double jab does not include Sinopharm. You can't use a foreign jab.
Let me turn the live stream on. He's talking about like the vaccines and the scam of charging money.
And they tell you must have another 2 jabs.
What coincidence, I might be getting jabbed on Monday.
Nobody.
I wouldn't, darling. You're very young. You've got a natural immunity.
I'm hungry.
Interaction.
And yet the vaccine doesn't prevent you from having the virus. So then what's do you know what I mean? Like, high risk, however. Maybe high risk. I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't advise it.
Proudly took it and was well. Came to England and he needed to.
Right, so on the chat, I'm gonna ask if you want to listen to this actually.
As well.
Oh.
Came down sick as a pig.
Oh yeah, David, I take that you
Sick as a
do.
pig. As is to be expected. No evidence that any interaction.
Oh my. Yeah. Oh, don't encourage him.
Just so we save ourselves time, This is Jesus Christ reincarnated.
Blasphemy!
He's the Son of God.
Blasphemy!
You can tell he's the Messiah
Because he's a very naughty boy.
No, this is what Maria did.
We are all individuals.
Turn it round.
Always look on the bright side of life.
And there you go.
Always look on the light side of
Our
life.
friend here, thank you very much for that.
If life's a piece of shit when you look at it. Oh, jeez. Oh, it's an ex-Jordan. Well done. Honestly, I highly recommend that. It's an excellent film. It's so funny. It shows the difference as well between Christianity and like other forms of prohibitive, like people who don't appreciate. Yeah, love. Yeah, medication time. Nurse, he's out of bed again. He's out of bed again, nurse. I know, like, I just know he's making a beeline for me, like, because he wants to be on this. Can't do it. Can't do it. Love to be able to do it. I can't do it, I'm afraid. Can't do it. Oh, meds. I'm going to bring some with me. Which film? The Life of Brian. Monty Python's Life of Brian. Watch it. It's hysterical. Nobody got killed for making it. There were no fatwas issued. I must admit, a couple of archbishops were pretty, like, sniffy about it. But it was, like, you know, years ago. And to be fair, Brian isn't claiming to be Jesus. Everyone else is saying he's the Messiah. And at one point, the guy says, he is the Messiah. I should know. I've followed a few. Oh, it's a classic film. Trust me. Take my word for it. I'm speaking truth. Right. Oh, doggy alert, doggy alert. Look at that guy. Ah, so some sort of poodle mix. Very cute, very cute. Yeah, but Adam, Jesus was in Life of Brian, if that makes sense. Like the character of Jesus was there, and it was not Brian, is my point. And Brian wasn't claiming to be the Messiah. It was all a misunderstanding. It was farcical. That's the whole movie. Like, brilliant, brilliant. The one-liners. And now that I'm learning Latin, I might revisit that scene where he's forced to write Romane exactly. Home is Domi. So Domi, Romano, Domi, go. Whatever go is, I don't know that yet. But yeah, Domi is home. Or Domus. Yes, Craw. Bob is there. I was just showing you the snazzy haircut. Where you been, bro? Where you been?
Are you in the live stream?
I am, but I'm available to elbow bump.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Sorry, my name's Tim. I've seen some of the YouTube videos, yeah.
Is it your first time?
Fourth or fifth time.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. It's just because I live quite far. But I don't know. My take on it all is that I think all this bickering is because of religion. And that's what I think Jesus hated, like when he was on the earth.
I'm going to refute you, but lovingly. So Jesus, in very strong terms, refuted the Pharisee position. And this is how he did it, which is how we tried to emulate. He polemicized their position first. So he told them what not to do, or where the error was in their thinking. Then he gave them the right way, and then he went about his business, trying to avoid the stones that were being chucked at him or whatever. And the Bible also says we tear down or destroy all false arguments that set themselves up, or lofty strongholds that set themselves up against the true knowledge of God. So if, for example, and this place is designated, like this is what we do here. I don't go around Tesco, like, you know, finger jabbing and like, well, unless they've got spelling mistakes on the aisles. But yeah, so we are told to refute, but also for heresy, i.e. Christians are in error, we're told to refute twice and then dust your sandals off. It does mean purchasing sandals, finding the dust. Joking. And then we just go, I just found a gentleman that I must speak to.
Yeah, okay.
So, thank you.
Maybe we'll chat again.
Definitely. I'm here for a while. So I just saw Billy, so I want to go over and chat to Bill. Would you like to have a chat with me, sir?
Sorry.
Do you look a bit like you're floundering in the middle of a sea of nutbags? I know, everybody's Billy. Again, I got to change the angle. Someone, just the one? Do you want to come and sit down, maybe, or like there's some seats? I don't know if you'd get up again though, Billy. But yeah, we'll have a chat to Billy because I love Billy.
Christian people here.
Yes, excellent. You got some very lovely feedback from the video last time. They were saying what a lovely gentleman you were.
That's something.
Exactly. There you go. Somebody, like a few people are saying hi, Billy, and they love you, which is edifying. So we're at, Billy rules. Somebody else said here, love Billy with lots of hearts. They're speaking at the same time as I'm reading it out, you see. I don't know if you have your spectacles, but I was hoping, hello, yeah, exactly. This guy, actually, I think you can bounce out. So, right, okay, so, how have you been? Where have you been? What have you been doing?
Well, I'm retired now, so I don't have to do very much for myself.
Shirker.
But, well, what do I do? I'm not.
Have you been like to church this morning, or do you just stroll down?
I'll hope to go this evening, but I have an awful bother with my knees, so it's very difficult walking about.
Yeah.
But I love the Lord, and when He calls, I'll go.
Yes.
And it can't be too long at 90 years of age.
It could be. It could seem very long. Really.
Yeah. Well,
it could be a good decade. Yeah.
I've seen so many changes in this country.
Yes.
You could never call it a Christian country now.
Unfortunately, Satan is definitely God of this system.
In Glasgow, the motto used to be, Lord, let Glasgow flourish by the preaching of the word and the praising of your name.
How charming.
Now they've reduced it to let Glasgow flourish.
Yeah, oh yeah, you must remove any reference to God.
That's right.
Even Charles wants to be defender of faith, not the faith.
No, the faith.
How can you defend two faiths that say the utter opposite, like Jesus didn't die and Jesus did die?
Because they're unconverted. People who are leading us, they don't know a thing about the Lord. They don't accept what He's said in His Word.
That's it.
The Word is a closed book to them, but if they started reading it, they probably wouldn't accept the truth because they're their own ideas, their own false ideas.
But they've got there's scales on their eyes and their ears, and they're uncircumcised of heart.
When I was in the open air mission, we preached the Word of God in the race courses, the marketplaces and the fairgrounds. And also we wrote a children's work, and I love that work.
Yeah.
And the Lord blessed me in the children's work. And I taught them God's Word, and at the end of a campaign they would be able to say from memory 4 verses from the Bible.
Excellent.
And I thought they must get it now, because they might not get anything else. You see, and I did my best.
Yeah.
And I've seen it. I had a telephone call the other day from a man who lives up in the Teesside, and he said, Billy, I've been thinking so much about you, I have to phone you, and I thank you for pointing me to the Lord and showing me God's way of salvation.
Oh,
and I said, I remember when you came into the caravan and you wanted to stay the night, and your uncle asked if that was possible. I said, yes. And I said, you come in with your black cornflakes for your breakfast, and that morning you came to Christ. He said, I know, I've never forgotten it.
Oh, that's so touching. Like, that's so
true.
inspiring.
He's married to,
what a blessing.
He's married to a good woman, and he's very happy in his marriage.
Oh,
and he says, what age are you? I told him. Oh, he says, are you having a party? I said, no, I don't have parties. But he says, if we were having a party, I'd be down at it.
Yeah.
But it's good. His name is Stuart, and I'm so glad he's come to the Lord. Now that can be multiplied.
Of course, that could be multiplied exponentially, because Stuart may then influence somebody else somebody else, and that's it. That's it.
No, it's wonderful to know the Lord, and I really think if we get God's Word in our heart, I mean, each day I have my quiet time. I say lots of scripture, because that's getting me ready to ask favours of the Lord.
Putting the armour of God on.
You
before
see?
you go out. Yes.
Yes, and I have this quiet time and reading my Bible, and I ask the Lord to get me under the power of His Word,
Excellent.
or else it's just words.
That's
And
so
we
true.
know cleansing by the Word of God. It cleanses
yes,
us,
yes.
and our minds, our hearts, and our walk, everything.
And we also know from the Bible that every word of the Lord is truth.
That's right.
Like He hasn't said anything and not done it. Like
No,
it's-
that's right. Yes, yes.
So
Oh well, I like to come up here, but you get a bit sad when you think
Oh,
of
it's
them all in
heartbreaking.
the darkness.
You don't know, the Holy Spirit has plans for like some of them unfortunately will be like burned out, or not
Yes.
burned, but go to a damnation. However,
Yes.
it's not because they didn't have the chance. That's
right,
the free
yes.
will element.
Yes.
And then the glory of creation tells them that there is a like the divinity of God.
Yes, yes.
Brilliant.
Oh well.
How long have you been here today? You're
I've
here
just
for
been
another
here
few?
about 3/4 of an hour. They have a meeting over there the other side and they sing hymns.
Oh, is it today? It's every
Aye,
2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks.
Yeah,
and
4
last,
p.m.
last time they didn't have the leader. And they said, will you preach?
Did you do it?
And I preached.
Excellent. Oh, I missed
One,
it.
and
I'm so
the thing
devastated.
is this, when I was coming up the road here, the last time I was here, and I thought, oh Lord, do something, I need to preach. And I felt quite down in the dumps.
So good.
And then I waited, I said, I'll go to where the preaching is.
And
And the
answered
young
the
woman
prayer right
in
there.
charge said to me, will you preach today? I said, well, this is definitely of the Lord, and I
Exactly.
have absolute freedom to preach.
Excellent. I'm so edified by that. That's so good. If you're, I'm going to move along, but if you are still here, I want to give you my phone number and take yours, and then I can tell you how to find this stuff, and I can, I don't know, we'll get some people to Jesus somehow. Brilliant, Billy. Don't leave without, like, just put your walking stick up. I'll see you. You're tall enough. Bye. I love that dude. He's brilliant. He's got such a testimony. Maybe I don't know how to teach him how to use a Zoom, but hopefully one day maybe I'll take him to the coffee shop and like get a sit-down testimony. I mean, I could do that today theoretically, but I have to make some persecution. But he is a treasure, Jordan. Did you hear him? Like, and when the Lord calls, I'll come. Like as if he could put up a fight. But it's brilliant. Here's another preacher of long standing in the background there, John and Charlie. Is down at his feet. And Sire seems to be like, I don't know, like in on the combo. Right, so actually, yeah. So what I may do is end the stream in order that I can put Billy's details into my phone and then try and arrange maybe to go for a coffee or go to church. Oh gosh, we could go to church on Saturday even. Like, or I don't know if Sunday morning's a bit like inconvenient for him. But yeah, maybe I'm going to wrap up now for a minute. No, Ali Dawah is here, Abel. But Hijab, you can see him. He's head and shoulders above people. So no, he's not here. But there is a lot. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you so much for your generosity. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to sign off, grab Billy's details, and make some persecution vids because unfortunately, like, it just doesn't stop just because I'm kind of busy. I know. So God bless you all, and I will see you very shortly. Like, I'm not going to say I'm going to stream again today because possibly I won't, and I feel weird saying it, and then I get home and I'm so tired. Like, even though I prayed before I came in, there is a spiritual element to this. So see you later, Deborah. All right, bye-bye to the members and bye-bye to everybody else. And remember to subscribe if you haven't, and yada, 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 all the good stuff. Press like. Love Jesus, more importantly. If you have genuine questions, like my door, my metaphorical door is always open. All right, God bless you and keep you, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.